At the beginning of the project, I was deeply fascinated by the idea of witches spellcasting and the poetic atmosphere surrounding rituals. I was especially drawn to the imagery of witches weaving spell with threads, almost like they were weaving energy into the air. I felt beautiful and symbolic to me, and that became the starting point of my concept. I also looked into medieval witch costumes, particularly their headpieces. I've often noticed that when witches cast spells in stories or films, there's this sudden gust of wind, like a mysterious magical storm that rises around them. To create the feeling of the wind, I first experimented with diluted white glue, coating it evenly on fabric to give it shape. So I started researching other artists, how they visualized wind through different materials. So I decided to drape it on my half-scale mannequin. It worked quite well, and then I decided to use things like hangers to kind of, suspend the fabric and test how it looks. And this is my draping. Initially I used like hangers to hang around the fabrics, but I feel like it didn't look like floating or like blown by the wind. It's just like hanging on the body. And later I built a large, longer bamboo structure, forming across and adding a small circular rings to distribute weight and support the fabric. That allowed me to create the sense of floating while keeping the fabric's softness and movement. My first full body dress didn't work as well as I hoped. The thread didn't fold evenly once it was worn by a real person, since mannequins don't breathe or move. So I shifted focus to working with individual components, threads, rings, and how they interact with the body. I began removing some metal rings and instead create the full pieces out of layered fringe alone. I was struggling how I cover the side of the body with fringe. Should I make a weave out of the thread, or I don't know. I was struggling a lot until I found out maybe I can just add 2 rings on the shoulder and I can just basically adding more thread on that ring. I supposed to explore more color, but I believe I did it in the wrong way. But anyway, I still learned something from this imagery because I love the circle that kind of interact with body. So I basically just experimented with rings on mannequins. Just to see what I can do, and second fitting works pretty well, but I still have to think about how I cover model's body, especially look too. I still need to explore more color, but I think purple still works the best. But I feel like just purple will be a bit dull, so I started to experimenting dyeing an ombre color, ombre purple. And to me, I think in the future I should make a gradient instead of ombre. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I should create it more purple with red, purple with blue, purple with green, something like that. And this is my third look so far, and overall I thought fully satisfied with the result yet. There's something missing, something I know I can refine further. But I also feel like this project helped me understand how material, space, and emotion can interact in subtle and poetic ways. And I'm excited to keep developing it.